This is, this is
Welcome to them.
MacDaddy now. What's good, guys? We're doing the podcast rough cut style. John is not here right now. He is out doing things. He will be gone for a while. But we're chilling, me and Mac, and the result of our Twitter poll online again. Apparently, y'all want us to talk about aliens and conspiracies. So that's what we're going to do tonight. We got some conspiracies, some alien shows, just general fun. And Mac is going to talk about how bad his TV is. Sorry guys about that. I had to dismantle that, I think, because y'all would hear that in the podcast, so that's not good. But anyways, we're going to talk about conspiracies and shit. So, like, one of my favorite things, conspiracies-wise, has to do with aliens. And that's what y'all want to hear, apparently. So, apparently, aliens exist. And we all know it. We've all seen it. But one of my favorite shows on TV right now is called People of Earth. And it is an alien show about a group of aliens, like lizard people. And I don't know if y'all have heard of this, but like lizard people are people that, like, they have, it's like, it was a fringe element, as in, like, people used to think, oh yeah, fucking everybody, all people in power are fucking lizard aliens. And it turns out to be false, obviously, but Mac believes it. It's very true.
I don't believe that they're lizard people.
Yeah, but anyways, that's what the show's based off of, is lizard people,
Well,
it's funny, but, like, it was a fringe thing. It's like the whole notion that, like, there would be YouTube videos online of, like, people fucking, like, oh, you can see his double eyelid. Lizards have a double eyelid, It's crazy.
The conspiracy theory, the biggest one that I believe is 9/11 was an inside job. I believe that's true.
Yeah, it is true. It's very true.
Because it's just the way the buildings fell. Like, they can't fall at free fall demolition like that from fucking fire. It's not true. Like, there was a, what are they called? What's that called when it's a type of fire or bomb or like explosion. Thermite, I want to say.
Oh yeah, thermite exists too. Yeah, like,
yeah, I know it exists, but they placed that on steel beams because I think, from what I heard, a week before 9/11 occurred, they were doing maintenance to that those floors, and I believe that they were putting thermite inside of wherever they would put it. And yeah, and I believe that's that. And it's Tower 7. That thing just fell, they said, because of the fire from the other buildings, which...
I don't know, that's what everybody points to, is Tower 7, and how, like, fucking random that shit was.
Yeah,
and truth be told, it was random.
Yeah, it wouldn't have fallen from
the distance that it fell. There's no way.
Yeah, like, the fire wouldn't have affected that bad.
There's no way, I think, something we can look at is that maybe, just maybe, it's all true. Maybe the government is a shadow organization and the Illuminati exist. We don't know for sure. I mean, I don't think so. I think we are actually... I tell you though...
No. The reason why they did it was so they finally had a reason to go over to, like, the Middle East and start a war and stuff. Take oil from them.
I've heard that, but I also think that, like, we are becoming a shadow organization. I really believe that. I really think that, not a shadow, I meant surveillance state. Like, what? Have you ever heard of surveillance state? Like, me and my mom were talking about that today. Like, it's just
That's what
becoming
the New
more and
World
more
Order is.
evident. You know, it's like, you know, more and more people are fucking, you know, being spied on, I guess. I mean, that's the only way to say it. You know, like Edward Snowden, shit like that.
Mm.
You know?
Well, that's what the New World Order is. It's a way for them to control what we do and know what we do at all times.
Yeah, back in the day when I was a teenager, I used to be a huge fucking, like, guy that
Neo-Nazi.
really thought that, yeah, you know, hail Hitler, hail Satan. But no, I was like really into conspiracy theories. Like, I tell you, one of the craziest one I've ever seen is like the Earth is flat. Yeah, that shit
Yeah,
was
that's not
fucking
true.
insane to
That's not
me.
true whatsoever.
No, of course not.
There's
But it
science
was
science
insane.
proves against that. There's another one. I was talking in class last semester. I forget what it was. Um, I can't even remember right now because that's what I would do is this. That Hitler, instead of killing himself, it was a fake. He had basically a stunt double shoot himself and had his wife kill herself,
Oh
and
yeah.
they escaped to Antarctica because apparently the Germans, which I don't know how true this was, but I knew they were making tunnels underground. But they said they were making tunnels to Antarctica because the Germans had soldiers down there in Antarctica. So that's another conspiracy that Hitler went to Antarctica.
Are you sure you're not thinking about like Argentina?
No,
Because I've heard
no,
the theory that like
that's
a lot of the
that's another
Nazis
one.
did actually go to Argentina. Like I've heard some things
Well,
where
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
you
That's
know,
another
they
one. But
did
the
go
more
and they
interesting
thought
one that
Hitler
I
went
heard
there.
was Antarctica. There's a guy last week. He had dementia, and he said that he was actually Adolf Hitler because he had a
Yeah,
Nazi coin thing or whatever.
I believe that.
Man.
I mean, that's just ridiculous to be honest, you know? Like, there's no way.
I don't know
But
if he killed
yeah,
himself. I mean, I can see him killing himself, but I don't understand how he escaped Berlin with all the Allied forces raining down on him pretty much. Like, there was really nowhere for him to go without getting caught.
no, he would have been fucked, man. Like, you know that, I know that. There's no way. There's just no way. I mean, Bigfoot, I used to believe that Bigfoot existed.
I
Like,
think he's real, but here's the reason why. There was a phone call, and I want to say in the late 80s, early 90s, there was a phone call. I don't know where it was at, but someone placed a phone call and said that something was in his yard, right? And he's staring at it. It was like an 8 foot tall figure that was covered in fur and everything, and it's been killing the neighborhood dogs for like a week, and I think it killed his dog as well. And so we called that into the authorities, and it's documented. So I don't know how true that is, but I mean, I believe that kind of stuff's real because we're still discovering things like animal-wise, organism-wise, stuff-wise, like on a daily basis. There's something new to discover every day on this earth. Like we haven't really even cracked the surface of discovering what's on Earth. So why can't there be a Bigfoot? Why can't there be a Loch Ness monster? Why can't there be a chupacabra or a Mothman or something like that?
yeah, but that's ridiculous. Like, come on.
How that
You know,
ridiculous?
like, we would see
That's
evidence of it. Like, I will say the one thing that's very compelling is the fact that, you know, these finding Bigfoot people are able to
I watched
go.
that show. I watched that show. That's as fake as fuck. That's so scripted.
You think so? I'm sure it
I
is.
watched that show. That's scripted as all hell. It was terrible.
But yeah, it's like, dude, like, come on, you know, Bigfoot, There's just no way that I just don't think it exists, man. Because like you would see pictures now, especially nowadays. Everybody's got a camera. You know, come on.
But I mean, I don't know. It's still unsolved. Like that's like saying aliens. I mean, how can you say aliens don't exist if there's not hard soil evidence like that? I think they exist, but what's saying Bigfoot doesn't? Because that, you can use
I'm
the
sure
same
aliens
argument.
do exist in some capacity, but sure as hell not in the capacity that they're, actually talking about now. I just don't think it. I just don't think that they, exist in a capacity. I mean, if they do, they have to be intelligent, dude. They have to be incredibly intelligent because they avoid being seen. You know?
Well, it's see the reason why think they exist is why would we be the only people in the whole entire the only
Well, I thought you were
living
talking.
things like this? No,
I
I'm
thought.
still. I mean, it's going in back and forth with Bigfoot and aliens, but
I
like
mean,
alien
aliens
wise,
definitely exist. There's a
oh yeah,
there's a
yeah,
huge
there's
chance.
the
And not I don't know about super intelligent aliens, but like we're so I don't
I can
understand like why would they fucking I'm sure they exist in like some other part of the universe, but like there's no point for them to come here unless they're like just like trying to fucking check us out or something.
mm, no, they exist. They have to because there's light like there's stars and galaxies that we see now because they're so far away and their light is finally coming to Earth. Like so, there has to be there's ancient civilizations out there that's actually way more evolved than we are.
You really think so?
There's definitely we can't be the smartest fucking beings in the whole entire universe. That just doesn't make sense because we don't even understand the purpose of life. So how can like what makes us the smartest? We can't even understand that. You know?
Maybe
So
there is no purpose.
there's a purpose to everything.
You
But I
really
believe
think
that
so?
yeah. What's the purpose of breathing? To live. What's the purpose of drinking water? To live. Like there's purposes of everything.
Yeah, but that
Yeah.
leads you to a very basic and old
Well,
philosophical question.
I'm not saying in that way. That's why we live is to eat and breathe and stuff. I'm just saying like there's purposes to every little thing that we do. We don't
Like a
just do
physical
things just to do
purpose, yeah,
things.
but like that brings you to an overall sense of like what is the nature, like why is there something rather than nothing? That is an old philosophical question. Like why was there ever a need for something versus nothing? Like that is something that has gone on forever. That whole concept of, if there was never, if the universe never existed, then there would never be a reason for it to have existed. Like the fact that we're here at all is amazing because if you take nothing, then you can't get something from nothing unless something interacts upon that nothingness. Which is basically what happened with us. I mean, that's a mind-boggling question, but there had to be forces active.
Big Bang. Those are the forces.
But then what created those forces? There has to be like a certain level of just.
There's been I think it's been told that there's been multiple Big Bangs and like
That's what I've
universes
heard.
just die and blow up and make another universe.
Yeah, come back.
Yeah, but it's
I've
just
heard that.
completely different.
I've heard that, dude. I just got a damn double kill with a damn fucking. I got a grenade
But
kill and then I got a horse
there's
kill.
definitely smarter, more intelligent beings out there that compared to us. It's just there has to be like there's like then if there isn't, that kind of pretty much shows that there's pretty much a god if you think about it. There's
Some
nothing. If we're
form.
the smartest beings out there, and we're the only ones, then there has to be a god. There has to be.
Some form of a god, if not just a very basic fucking, you know,
I'm not saying there is. I
concept.
believe in science. I'm not a Scientologist, but I believe that science can explain everything, and you really can't prove religion. You can't prove that a man walked
No,
on
hell
water.
no. That's all just made up shit
Mind,
at the very base.
yes, yes, and I just believe that there's other things out in the world. Like we're not the only ones here. There's people smart. There's beings smarter than us, and there's beings dumber than us. And I think right, we're just caught in the middle because we have smart people in this world and on Earth. We definitely do, but we can't be the smartest. And and if here's the thing though, if we are the dumbest, that's really scary though because we've figured out so many different things. And they're trying to say that there's people that we're on the bottom of the list, like bottom of the spectrum of intelligence. Like, just imagine that, how scary that is. Like, that's scary. Like, we're the dumbest, and we have all this. We have the ability to make nuclear weapons and this and that and this and that. And it's just something to ponder, I guess.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It is an interesting thought that, we
I don't
are
think
all.
that's true, though.
There's multiple theories of, like, like the Fermi paradox, the whole, perhaps there is, a great filter on the universe. Like, there's actually, you know, there's another theory that we just may be early to the game, as in that, you know, we may be the first ones. The universe is relatively young,
It's what billions of years old. No way. We're the
Yeah,
first
but like
ones.
in the universe time, that may be fucking relatively young for whatever to develop. I mean,
I
it's
don't
how
know
you
about
look
all
at
that.
it, to be honest.
I don't think we're relatively. We're the first ones that just. That just doesn't make sense to me. It really doesn't. I
Like,
think that. I think we are in the middle. I'm not. We're not the last. We're not the last known galaxy in the world. Not. There's galaxies younger than we are. It's just we're just somewhere in the middle because the new galaxies form every day. Not new universes, but new galaxies. They form every day probably, and planets evolve on those and everything, and then eventually different life forms evolve onto that. And it's just we are just in the middle. There's more intelligent beings out there than we are. I believe that they came here, but if they showed themselves, has been top secret. But there's 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 just different ways to think that it's just dumb to think that we're the only living beings in the whole entire universe. And the whole entire universe is billions and billions and billions of light years of like long. Like you're trying to tell us the little speck that we are in the whole entire universe, we are the only living ones.
yeah.
There's aliens out there.
I don't know like how intelligent they are, but yeah, like they said there's examples that there might have been life on Mars and shit like that.
Oh yeah,
You know?
they saw like the not the craters, but they just saw like different rock, I guess rock forms, I guess you could say. They saw different rock forms that just could show that there was once water there. But all the craters, just like the moon, I just believe asteroids hit the fuck out of them and caused craters. There's another conspiracy when it comes to like aliens is that there's a man on Mars. There's a photograph taken of Mars, and I don't know if it's photoshopped or not. I didn't really get into it, but the conspiracy is that there was a man on Mars, like an alien on Mars, and he was found in the picture. So take that as what you want to take that as how you take it, but that's not the right expression. But you know what I'm trying to say.
Mm.
I mean, that's another conspiracy out there. That there's an actual man not a man, an alien on film on Earth. So, yeah. That's another cool thing, I guess. Um, yeah, I don't know. It's mind-boggling to think about all these things. Like, there's definitely arguments for and against it. So,
Yeah, it is a fascinating thing to think that possibly, life might exist in that way. Oh, I suck on a horse.
what else? Well, recent news from where I'm from. So, 2 or 3 years ago, there was a rape case from where I was from, an anonymous, the group Anonymous.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, they brought it up and kind of talked about it, and so it got even more public. And so the two guys that raped this girl, excuse me, they did time. It wasn't a lot of time. They only got a year because they were underage and played football at the big high school in the area. And so one got out and was not allowed to. Play
Football anymore?
yeah, football at college anymore. And the other one got out, and where he went, they were putting him on a year probation and was letting him play, like in a year. And that was a big outrage, was that they were letting him play. Then yesterday, the dude's dad that was able to play football, he went out and tried to like assassinate the judge that sentenced his son, and he was ended up shot and killed. So that's a thing that happened around where I'm at.
Mm.
So, yeah.
Well, I mean, I'll be honest with you, Mac. I've always had a theory in the back of my head that you were a bitch.
Yeah. Was that?
And I feel like that's true. You are a bitch.
I guess. Hey, are you playing the CTE, by the way?
No.
You can play that.
No.
You can play that map now?
Yeah, you can play it on Battlefield, yeah. The CTE map, yeah. It fucking sucks though. It's not good, man. I don't think it's good at all. I really don't. But dude, let's talk about college, man. Like,
college?
Yeah, you're gonna graduate soon, aren't you, man?
I had a pretty exciting day. Like I had my new class with a new professor that I'm in the Homeland Security terrorism terrorist class, and my new professor has a shit ton of connections to other people in the field that I want to go into, and so it might not be as hard for me to get a job after I graduate than I thought.
Dude, that's dope.
Yeah, he's having a FBI agent come in and talk to us. He's having a Secret Service guy come in and talk to us, a guy from Homeland Security and everything like that. And two of my classmates in there, one wants to be a private investigator, and the other one wants to do something from where she's from, and he knows connections in both of them, and he's going to give connections. He's going to give them his contacts for them to start talking to them and try to get a job right out of the bat, right before December shows up and we all graduate. So that's pretty cool. He told me that it's not as hard to get a job in the Secret Service as it was, because they're really hurting for people now. So I think that's what I'm going to try. I'm going to try to do that. You know how much this...
Where?
What's that?
I said I'm sorry, I didn't want to interrupt you, but I said beware because, like, the Secret Service has met his budget, for Trump.
I know.
So, like, you're going to work your ass off for Trump. And, I mean, for me, there's no way I could, like, I'm sure there's mobility, but I could not protect Trump. You know, like I understand he's our president, but from a moral standpoint, I just couldn't do it. You know, but like from a job standpoint, dude, that sounds amazing. Like I would go
Yeah.
for it 110%. Like that's
See, I
amazing,
don't.
dude.
So when I heard how much they make, which is $180,000 a year, I was like, you know what? I don't give a fuck. I will. I mean, I voted for the man. I mean,
Mhm.
people on the podcast can be mad at me for doing that. Whatever. That was my choice as an American, and I stand by my choice.
American.
And yeah, he. I mean, making that money, I'll protect whoever. Shit, if Hillary Clinton was the one, I would have protected her. I don't care.
Yeah, for
I mean, it's a job.
180
Yeah.
G's. That's how much they make a
Yes.
year. Damn,
Yes.
bro, that's a lot of fucking
Yes.
money.
Yeah, and I mean, I really don't want to get into politics because that's all I've been talking about for the past
No,
week.
me neither. I don't want to get into it either. I was just saying, like, hey, just so you know, like, I don't know if you
Yeah,
had found out, but
yeah.
yeah, like Donald Trump's burning through that shit. So,
Oh, I know. I don't know. It's when it comes to politics, it's a lose-lose battle. You can argue all you want, but you're never gonna change the mind of
dude,
another
we are
person.
so fucking adept at politics now. Like, it
Oh
is
God, I hate it.
crazy,
I never
man.
once
Like,
cared.
everybody's fucking into it now.
I can tell you this: 2016, well, early 2016, I can give a fuck less about politics by once President Trump became president, for some reason, no, 2 months before that, for some reason, I felt like I had to know about politics because something just came over me, just how the culture kind of changed in America. Everyone's so politically, I can't say knowledgeable because there's some people that don't know what the hell they are talking about. But it seems like everybody wants to talk politics now. There's people on Twitter that have nothing to do with politics, but they're retweeting stuff and trying to like talk about it. And
Oh, it's
I'm just
so
like, guys,
annoying.
I'm like, guys, you just gotta stop. Like, please, for the love of God, just stop because you're making everybody so mad. And then you got people favoriting that, retweeting and favoriting what they're saying, and they also don't know anything about politics. Like, you're just making yourself look dumb and trying to make yourself look smart because you're trying to stay current. And I'm like, guys, enough of the politics. Like, I
Yeah.
can't go on fucking Facebook or Twitter without seeing something about it. I'm like, I'm
It's
just getting
all
tired
over
of it.
Facebook. It really
I
is.
can't take it anymore. I just want to be like, guys, you don't know what you're talking about. You guys are just looking dumb. Like, I got in an argument today with my brother about it. I sent him a Snapchat saying, she's joking around being like, last day of school. And he's like, oh, I'm reading a book about feminism. I can't take it anymore because every other word is about, they say feminism, feminist. I'm like, well, yeah, Josh, like, modern day feminism is not good. And he's like, well, there's still inequality. I said, no, there's not. And he sent me a stat, and then I said, well, does it include all this stuff? I'm not going to get into all this stuff because there's a lot of things it should include that it probably didn't. And he says, well, no, I just proved you wrong. I was like, no, you didn't, because I read something completely opposite of what you said. So I was like, you just got to be libertarian when it comes to social aspects and just don't care until it bothers you, until it affects your life. And
Look,
yeah.
before I make anything at all, I have to have evidence.
Yeah.
Like,
If there's no evidence,
I
don't
don't
care what
know.
you say.
I heard there's a fucking wage gap, you know,
Yeah.
salary thing, and I'm just like one of those people that I need a fucking
Well, there's evidence on both sides. One saying that it's real, the other saying that it's a myth. I believe in the myth solely because it is illegal to do that. Now, what people don't understand is the base salary to get into that position, they have to all be the same regardless if you're black, white, Asian, male, female, whatever. But when it comes to qualifications, perks, hours put in, all that stuff, that's when that fluctuates. And that's what I mean, it's going to do that. So, I mean, that's why it shows as it's real, but you have to look deeper into it and to actually see that it's not. It's just people don't understand. People want everybody to be equal, not saying, like, not on the race or the gender aspect, but what people want now, like what Bernie Sanders wanted pretty much with socialism, is
Oh yeah, he definitely did. Everybody knew that too. Like,
yeah,
you know,
he
like,
wanted
it's
he
very
called
much
it
more
democratic
socialism.
socialism,
Yeah,
which is pretty much socialism, but it has democratic in front of it. And what he wanted pretty much basically is everybody, regardless of where, if you're in the same company, everybody gets paid equally down the board, regardless of how much time you put in, how much experience you have, how much qualifications you have. That's what people want. That's what people expect it to be like, which
I'm,
they
I'm
just
gonna
never had
say,
reality slap
look,
in your face.
I feel like that is true, but I also feel like there needs to be a universal. This doesn't have anything to do with socialism, but there needs to be a universal income type of thing. Like,
Well, that is
eventually, I
socialism.
think, yeah, well, I think eventually what's going to happen is that would be a good thing as long as no one's hurting
No,
from it. As in, like,
well,
look, here's the thing.
that just destroyed.
Preferably,
That just well. Here's the thing. That's why socialism's never worked at any point in time of modern civilization. Because that's what's happening in Venezuela right now, right? Yeah, Barcelona, no, Venezuela. They're going down this shitter, economically wise and politically wise, because they tried socialism without the free market, like without having a free market like we do and like other countries do. I'm not saying we're the only country that has it. You're bound to fail
no.
because you can't have everybody making equal because
No, here that's not
it
what I'm
doesn't make a free
saying.
market.
I'm saying a basic income, as in like you have like maybe $2,000 a month you're given. Because what I'm saying is like people in this country really hurting job wise, you know. And I think, and also this plays into the fact that like if we have robotics running everything one day, and this is like years, like 50, 100 years in the future, but eventually like there won't be as much of a need
Yeah,
to
there will be
work
a need.
physically
Well,
as
that's the
much
thing.
as it would
It's
be thing. And eventually
well,
we
here's the
take that
argument
over,
there
so
with
we
that.
might get to a position where a universal income type of thing
Well,
would
when
be
that comes, then
nice.
that comes, but not now. Like if there's a way for if there's eventually no way a human being can work because of robotics and stuff like that, then yes, I people just can't be running around without jobs or any type of income.
No, no, no.
But
The whole
right
thing is
now,
that like you're able to do what your heart is into, but at the same time like you're able to live, you know, like
you
that's the
think of too much
preferable
of feelings,
thing.
dude.
Yeah, and there's also like a concept of like people, you know, will try to abuse the system and fuck it over, which
Well,
that's going
they
to
do that
happen
already.
either way.
They already,
Yeah.
yeah, they do it already. Yeah. Well,
And
that's the
you're
thing
not
though
going to be able to
with
take
that.
like, but like a universal income, like I guess theoretically you could sit on your ass and do nothing, but like
Well,
eventually
yeah,
that
because you're
shit
making
doesn't work
$2,000 a
out.
month
Like you get
regardless.
boring. Yeah, you get that gets boring anyways. Like they do it in Norway.
So what
That's
you?
why I was talking about it. Like you know Rizzo. Do you remember Rizzo? Rizzo?
Yeah.
He didn't
Yeah.
have like if you work there he got like I think $2,000 just for like chilling at home. You know.
See, that's it's not a competitive market or anything. It just Norway is not like that, and
Norway's
Sweden,
also very
they're not
small
as good
too.
as they look like they're good countries. They're I mean they're nice countries and all to look at, but like if you go deep into it, they're actually not that good of a place to live because of that and like other reasons.
They
But
also have
the
massive
argument
amounts
would
of
be,
immigration
yeah,
crime and shit because they
exactly.
let all these people in without actually
Yeah, open
seeing like
borders.
what they're all about. And like
Yeah,
I'm
open
sorry,
borders
but
is not a good
Islam is a
idea.
horrible religion. Islam is such a destructive,
All religions
it's
are
just
bad religions.
destructive. Yeah, I hate religion in general, but Islam is specifically heinous.
Yes.
And I really
Well, the
think it's
argument with the
horrible.
universal health, well, not healthcare, universal wage is, well, like today already, we have people that don't work that already get pretty much that, and like yes, they might not be able to get a job for certain reasons, but there's people that have jobs, and they still have nice cars and can have nice houses and stuff. Like, I believe that you need to compete for your jobs. You know, like
Hmm.
you have to go out, get the qualifications, get whatever you need to have that job. Like having $2,000 a month added on to your already. Like, say I get a job at $50,000 a year, I automatically get another $2,000 a month. So that's another $24,000 put onto my 50,000. I'm making $74,000 a year, which is nice. Where are you gonna get that money from? Where are you gonna get that extra $2,000 per person a month? Like that's just it doesn't work.
You know what I'm about to say ties into the whole getting money thing. it ties into college too. Like in college, you know, people get Pell Grants. Like I got a financial
Yeah,
aid
I have
thing,
those. Yeah,
but there
yeah,
were
I have
so
that.
many people back in the day. They had to change it so you had to go to school for 30 days to get your financial aid refund. Because what people will
Right.
do even now is they'll go sign up, and if you go to
Yeah,
school for like 30
they just
days, it
leave.
just
Yeah.
like even if you're failing, like you get like $2,000, you know,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
people were
I know the
scamming the
person that
system,
did
and
that
I
too.
didn't realize that shit. I had no
Yeah.
idea that like people were doing that stuff, but that is
Yeah,
very true. Like, you know,
there's
people were scamming the system, but I'm gonna get like over $1,000 back, and I'm gonna use it to buy an actual PC, you know,
yeah,
and like actually use
there's
it
a
and try to further my education. But some people ain't down for that shit.
right. There's a guy at the college I get now. Me and my buddies are talking about this last semester. One of the people I was talking to knew the dude. He's like, yeah, he went to college, got all this financial aid. He said he didn't have a meal plan, he didn't live on campus, didn't do all this to get extra money. I think he made about 7 grand off his check. He said he just took it and left. He didn't even go to school. He just got a job and as like a construction worker or some shit like that. And I was like, damn. I was like, well, I guess that's one way to do it. But I couldn't do that because
No, fuck
that hurts your
that.
credit. That hurts your credit because you have to sign up for loans and stuff. And if you don't pay this back, you're not gonna be able to do
Oh
shit.
God,
But
yeah, you need to pay.
yeah,
Matter of fact, I have to build credit now because I've never had a fucking credit card. So like, I'm gonna
well,
actually have to build
there's
credit.
different ways you can build it. Like I built mine up from I belonged to a gym a few years ago, and if you missed a payment, they send it into the to the credit people. So I missed one payment because my identity was stolen. So I called they like the credit whatever. I don't want to say IRS, but whatever the credit place is called. They called me and was like, well, why did you miss it? Like, why did you miss the payment? And I haven't paid it back. And I told them that my identity was stolen. They're like, all right, well, we're just going to take this off your record. Right? We can see that your account's frozen and everything, blah, blah, blah. Like, there's obviously no way for you to pay this. So I built credit from that. I paid off some of my loans, all my small loans from school. So that built my credit up. I think last time I saw my credit score, because I signed up for GameStop credit card because I would just go buy, if I would go buy games, whatever, I could just use that and pay it back, like buy a game a month for $60. And I accidentally put the wrong address down. I didn't spell it all the way out because I thought I lived on a place called it was Ann Way. I'm not gonna say the first part of it, but it was Ann Way, and it was spelled ANN, and I put it as AN, and they sent it back saying like you didn't pass the application, blah blah blah. But they sent me my credit score. I think my credit score was in the 700s or close to 700, so that's pretty good credit. And I've never had a credit card or anything like that, so it's like little things you do to build your credit up. You just gotta find little things to do. Yeah, fun
Yeah.
times in my life.
Well, I'm telling you, Mac, you know, there's a way for everything. I really feel like, you know, there's got to be a way that we can make it. You know, I think life will get better, but we literally, how old are you, Mac? Because
23.
yeah, we graduated into a fucked up economy, dude. Like 2008,
Well,
that I
yeah,
graduated in 2008. I'm sure you did like 2010, but either way, that shit was fucking
2012.
trash.
You're old as
Yeah,
fuck, Jesus Christ.
it was horrible, man. You know,
Yeah,
and like
well, that's the thing.
I
Like, there's just been so much shit transpiring way before 2008. That fucking snowball started creating probably in the early 90s. I'm gonna say the early 90s is when that snowball started to take form, and it finally hit us in 2008. We slowly started to get out of it because economies go up and down naturally. You can't really say, hey, you know, Obama was president and went up a little bit. You can't really put that on him because that's just what economies do. Uh, I mean, Trump hasn't done anything to make the economy better in his almost a year of being a president. So it's honestly the people of this country and our trade deals with certain countries is what cuts the economy fluctuating and stuff. And the what retail market, homeowners, home income, not home income, but whatever with the housing and stuff, that plays a huge role in it as well. And it's the housing market. If the housing market crashes, the economy crashes because then people can't live, can't buy a house, they can't build credit, they can't keep a stable job without a house, pretty much. You know, like a good job that actually can help the economy. Like if you're working at McDonald's for all your life, what good are you? Like, yeah, you make minimum wage, but what can you really do to help the economy out? You can't
You
really afford to
can't.
do
That's
anything,
why I don't
afford to buy
understand people
anything.
that like I work at Harris Teeter, and they were trying to get this girl to like just work at Harris Teeter for the rest of her life, and I was like, I would feel so bad for her if that was
I would
her
only do
job,
something like
you
that if I
know?
was getting pay raises.
Yeah,
Like,
but either
you can
way,
only
it's like I still want to pursue a job where like
exactly.
I can
Oh,
fucking
I
do
feel you.
something I want to do, you know? Like
Right.
that's just the
Right.
way
Yeah. You
I
don't want
work. That's the way I think, you know? And I think a lot of
to.
people
You don't
think
want to
like
do.
that too. You know,
Yeah. You don't want
people
to do
want
something
to
you don't want to
actually do
do.
something that, you know, they want to enjoy their job, which, you know, why
Yeah.
wouldn't you? You know, why wouldn't you want to enjoy it? You
Right.
know?
Yeah. I wouldn't. I work at Walgreens, and my boss pretty much said she's going to work there for the rest of her life. But I mean, she made 70K a year as in her position that she was in. But like, why would you want to work at a Walgreens all your life? You're not even what's the word called? You're just on the store basis. You're not like you're not for the actual company. You don't
I
work for the
know,
actual
it's like
company.
even people
I
that are
forget what it's
managers,
called,
like,
but
but see, here's the thing: the market is dwindling for that. The market is going down. Period.
mm,
You know, it is.
no, it's
Look,
on a
for
slight.
certain
Actually, no, it's a
places,
slightly rise. It's slowly rising. It's not going to
no,
crash like it
no,
did
no,
in
no,
'08.
no.
It's slowly,
I'm
gradually.
talking about the retail market. I'm saying what's
But
going to
yeah, you think it's
happen
crashing?
is that no, it's not crashing. I think that what's going on is more and more people are switching to online. More companies are doing that. Period. But at the same time, like there was always going to be a need for like service industries. Like I work at
Yeah.
Starbucks. People are always going to want coffee. They're always going to want shit like that. You know, that's just something that's going to happen. They're always going to want stuff like that. You know,
Mm-hmm.
that's just it's the way it is. You know, so
Mm-hmm.
we don't really have to worry about that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I really believe that too. I really think that like a service industry will survive this. If you're looking for something to survive it, a service industry will.
Right. Yeah, I feel you. I don't know, man. Economy is a weird thing. If you don't know anything about economics or the economy or how it works, no one can really understand it, honestly. I mean, you can understand the fact that it crashes and rises and stays at a steady pace, but you have to know the actual thing. Like, with that whole entire minimum wage thing, what do you think that's not going to do anything for the economy? Because they're gonna raise the minimum wage for people at McDonald's, Burger King, or what have you, and then they're gonna raise the prices for that to um, pay the workers, and then in return, like people aren't gonna be able to afford fucking McDonald's. And like that's the thing. Like minimum wage needs to. I can see it gradually going with the economy. Like the economy is on a rise, and you know, stuff's like cheap. You should have a high minimum wage. But if no,
Yeah,
I'm
it
sorry, I said
should
that wrong.
fluctuate, but
It
then
should
you go
fluctuate with the
into a
economy.
problem with our fucking government, as in like you know how our
Well,
government
taxes.
functions. It's
Yeah,
just way too
yeah,
fucking slow for that. Like people are really
yeah.
hurting and they need help, you know. And we live in a situation where a lot of people are not getting that help, and they really could use it. You know,
Right.
it's just it sucks. It's not good for anybody.
I don't think the minimum wage is a good thing. No issue. That should be whatever cost of living in that state. So if you go to California compared to where I live in West Virginia, like you, it's obviously the minimum wage should be higher in California because the cost of living there is higher than it is in West Virginia. So it should be stay at a state level, but people want it to be a federal thing, so it affects everybody the same, which is stupid because what should happen with our government, it should be a smaller government. There shouldn't be that big of a federal government. It should be state, like states should make up what happens in their own states. Like it shouldn't be a federal thing. And because I believe in smaller government, and yeah, I think that's how it should be. Minimum wage should not be a federal thing. It should be a state thing. But like I said, people want everything to be equal, like socialist shit, communism. Because socialism goes to communism. Where does communism go after that? It either fails and dies out, or goes it faces fascism, which is something you don't want. Now Russia's an exception, but they have all those people in their country, so there's a lot more. That's one of the ways. That's one country has an exception for communism because it hasn't died out. There's just so many people in that country before it actually die out. But yeah, like what Italy used to be a communist country. What's the other one? They never stayed in communism. They went to different types of governments because socialism, communism, fascism never work.
It never does.
And that's what people want us to be, is a more fucking socialism country, which is the dumbest thing ever. It never work.
It will never work. There's no way.
No, it never will. Never, ever, 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 ever.
It will never work, Mac. You know, I know you dream of us being a communist nation, but it's just not gonna happen, dude. It's not gonna happen, Mac. So you can just quit your Nazi bitching, and it's not happening, dude. Mac, just chill about it. It's not. It's not. You know, go back to where you came from, hell, and it's not gonna work. You damn Nazi.
Actually, thank you.
Damn Nazi. That's all you are. That's all you're ever gonna be, boy. You hear me? Go back to Charlottesville. Get you a tiki torch. Dude, you know what? I can't buy tiki torches. We have some at Harris Teeter, and I'm like, dude, there's no way I'm buying this. Like, even if I had mosquitoes crawling on my ass, there's no way I would fucking do that. Because it's too fucking iffy. It's too fucking iffy, dude.
Would you wear white sheets? Like, would you put white sheets on your bed?
Yeah, and I would also wear a
KKK
outfit.
Tiki torches, because that's what the KKK did. The KKK did is put white sheets on their heads and shit. So what's different? I'm not saying I condone that.
Are you trying to get me to join the KKK?
Yeah, I am actually.
Oh!
No, I'm just kidding.
Dude,
but,
you heard it first. I mean, Mac is a damn alt-right. He's an alt-right.
Actually, the interesting about the alt-right is they actually have leftist tendencies. Alt-right came from the left.
Dude, think about it. They're so far right, they're going left. Isn't that crazy?
No. I'm saying before they were considered the alt-right. Like, they want bigger government and more government involvement with the left ones.
Dude, that's yeah, because like there's a spectrum, and like they really you can go so far right, you go left. You know, like that is very possible.
That's what it is. But the left doesn't want to admit that. They want to separate themselves, which is totally fine. Everybody should separate themselves from the far right. The far right's is a domestic terrorist organization, and
definitely.
Yeah, like it's people just don't. People will never think that they actually have leftist tendencies.
Like, how can you not tell that? How can you not see that these guys are clearly terrorists, you know?
Well, because today's left, they don't want to admit anything that they have anything to do with right, because they think that being conservative is actually morally wrong, which is not true, because even pretty much 98% of the right doesn't even like the alt-right. They don't want to be a part of that.
No, I know, but you know what happened is they invaded their party. That's what happened. They really invaded the party. You know, like, and they didn't give a shit. Yes, they did. You know that. And now even Republicans have said they have to weed them out, because a lot of fucking you
Oh, I thought you
know,
meant the alt-right
no,
invaded
no,
the
no,
left.
no. The alt right invaded the Conservative Party, the
Oh, yeah,
Republican Party,
that's true.
and
That's
now
true.
they're going to have to separate themselves because that's bad for Republicans. Oh
Yeah.
boy, is it fucking bad for Republicans, you know, to be seen like that, like literally Nazis and fucking KKK. Like that is the worst it could get for them. You know, like I really
Mm-hmm.
think Donald Trump winning is gonna bite them in the ass. Like it already has, but
The
I
alt-right.
really think it's only gonna get worse, and I think they're gonna pay for it fucking ridiculously coming up next election season. And they know it
Wait,
too.
wait,
Like
wait, what do you
they
mean? Are you
know it.
talking about the alt-right still?
Yeah, yeah, the alt right,
Oh, well,
hell
here's the thing.
yeah.
The only reason why, like, Trump's not an alt-righter by any means.
No, no,
It's
no. I'm
just
saying like they're gonna
people
pay
with
for it
no.
in general because they're in the party. Like I'm saying
Oh,
that they will pay for the fact that Donald Trump is in the party and
he's not in the
fucking
alt-right
alt
though.
right people fucking
No, 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 no,
exist.
no, no, no. Do not say Trump's in the alt-right because he's
No, I
not in the
know he's
alt-right.
not. I'm saying the Republican Party
Well, he
will
has
pay
nothing
for it
to
in
do
the
with them.
re-elections. I know, but I'm saying
Well,
the fact that they are
see,
claiming right at all is bad. That's what I'm saying. That's
they've been
it.
doing that for years though. Like, it's nothing new. It's just now they're coming out more now because they think Trump's on their side because what he does is he retweets people that are alt-right and shit and thinks what their memes are funny. And people are like, oh, he's an alt-right, he supports them, but that's his own stupidity. Is he makes himself seem that way, but he's not. He doesn't think in exterminating Jewish people and having a white
I
nation.
know he doesn't, and I know that
I'm not saying that you think that, but it's
they
just
hate the
I'm
fact
just
that he
letting
has
everybody
a
know
Jewish
that's not how he is. Like,
son-in-law. They hate
and the
that
left wants
shit.
to make him that way.
They hate
But
it. They hate it. Damn, I did 25 out
no,
of
they
10 right
want him.
now.
No, no, no. They want him to be all right because then they think they'll
I
have more
know
of a
they
gain in this
do.
country.
I know they do.
So they don't hate him. They thought that it was a win for them in Charlottesville because he didn't name them out. He didn't say the alt right, blah blah blah. He just said neo Nazis, blah 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 blah. They're like, oh well, whatever. He didn't really like seem too mad at us, and so they think that he's on their side. So he's not. It's just he does dumb fucking things. He can be a 10 times better president if he would just get off his fucking Twitter. Honestly, 10 times better if he's off Twitter. I don't care.
Yeah. I mean, look, man. I really want. Part of me wants to run for office. You know? I'm serious, dude. Because I feel like changing shit. That's what I mean. You know, like, I want to change stuff. I want to be able to affect stuff, you know? And I think one of the positive things that came out of Trump winning was that it is really possible for anyone to become president in this country. And people really believed it. You know, like for the
Well,
first
then people
time,
forget about
people.
fucking Ronald Reagan. He was a
Yeah, I
fucking
know, I
flirt.
know.
And
Yeah,
I'm
I
like,
know.
it's not. It's just it's what they say to you, like
Yeah,
the
but
lies they feed.
it's
That's
crazy
politics,
that he was
regardless.
able to get elected. And if you think about it, he kind of is like the perfect politician. He lies all the fucking time. You know, he has
Every
all these
politician is
crazy
every
views and
politician.
stuff, you know. I mean, it's crazy. You know, he got over on everybody, you know.
Oh yeah. Well, I wasn't one of the dumb people that thought he was actually going to build a fucking wall and shit. Like, obviously, I
That's
would joke around
fucking
and say, "Oh, he's
dumb.
building the wall," but I wasn't one of those dumb people that believed that. I thought he was going to like drain the swamp, like he said, but he really didn't do that. But yeah, I just came to like that's politics for you.
It seems like he drained the swamp, but put the swamp back in office, you know.
Yeah. What really got me though is why I wanted to vote for him is what he was saying about Obamacare, because Obamacare is the worst thing when it comes to healthcare. And I honestly thought he was going to get rid of it completely and start it up again, like start new. But that was never his intentions. He just did that to fucking. He did that to really help him win because he knew people were sick and tired of Obamacare, and he used that to his
He
advantage.
also does
Honestly.
like legislation takes time, and he really.
Well,
I
that's
mean,
the
I
thing. The
think.
left in the legislations, that's their baby. They're not going to do anything to get rid of it.
No,
That's
here's
the
what I
legislature.
think. I really think that um, we need to either what we should do is just make changes to Obamacare because we need to have a
Oh
plan.
yeah,
But God knows we need to. But that's like the sensible idea, and this is politics, and they can't. It's like the sides are so against each other. Like we are the ones that pay for it. Like
oh yeah. That's why like I
I
said, we
was
need
one of the
small
people that
government.
was like, look, man, Trump won, whatever. I hope he fucking like. I hope he's a great president. Like I want the dude to fucking be a fantastic president. Like I don't want our president to fucking, you know, not
Yeah.
succeed. I mean, I don't know
I
who would
think
want
he's a
that.
bad president on the social aspects. Is what is pretty much what you hear about him on a daily basis. Is his social aspects, what he believes, like not believes in, but just what he thinks about when it comes to like social things. And that's that's the country we are in now. Is we think about social aspects way too fucking much than we should. The aware. I'm like, have parades if you want to have parades, but what's the point of awareness parades when people are aware that there's already gay people, there's already transgender people,
No.
there's all these
There
things.
is
Like there's
definitely what has happened. Unfortunately, is there has been an overcorrecting, if you will, of
yes,
like the gay thing and the SJW thing. Like
hmm
there has been, unfortunately, an oversight. Like we went way too far
yeah,
and are
because
now
people
in a
actually think that there's no
situation
fucking like
where the SJWs, literally social justice warriors, are causing fucking hell for people, man. And it sucks.
yeah,
Like,
like
cause I'm liberal, like a true liberal. Like, if you look up Sargon of Akkad, he's true liberal in that he thinks like you should just be able to do whatever the fuck you want. Like, but he's not like progressive. And I thought I
yeah,
was progressive for a long time, but like I would watch the Young Turks, and like they just want to see Donald Trump fail. Like there's so many people
they.
that just
Well, that's
want
the
to see
thing.
like the
The Young
president
Turks are
out and
so
stuff.
fucking hypocritical.
They are so
They
bad. Like it's
are
horrible.
bad.
It
If
really
people
is
watch the
horrible.
Young
I
Turks and think that
unsubscribed.
they're a
I
good source to
unsubscribed
use
because
and
I
what to
don't
believe
I
in
don't
is
know how
stupid.
they spend 8 hours a day talking shit about Trump because it's not fun. No one wants to talk
They're
shit
overly
about Trump
progressive.
like
Yeah, they're overly
all fucking
progressive.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
they're
that's the thing though, like with
literally
the whole entire
fucking.
movements, the awarenesses, like I'm pretty sure in 2017 and 16, people were well aware that there are gay people, transgender people, whatever whatever they think needs awareness, like people knew about. Like people have known about these things for many of years. So what's the point of having all these dumb parades? Like,
No,
yeah,
it's
if you
not even the
believe in
parades. It's just the fact that there's an
this,
overcorrection, and like people really I understand people want to accept it, and we're cool, whatever. If you want to be trans, great. But there is just
yeah,
an overness that has gone. It's offensive to people in
mm-hmm,
general, like the SJWs and shit. That's just fucking horrible. That someone is that bad, and yeah, it's horrible being like gay or trans. Like my brother's gay, and he's dealt with that. It's been hard on him, but
right.
I don't see him out at gay pride parades. But if he wanted to go, it's fine. And I really, what those pride parades are about. It's about
Well,
much
no,
as
I'm
like
not talking about the
them
pride parades.
too.
Those are totally cool. Those are not what I'm talking about at all. Like
What are you talking
when
about?
there's not parade like yeah there's pride there all right there's pride parade there's parades and protests for everything. What I'm talking about they have parades to bring awareness to people. Like they have gay awareness parades for like
Hmm.
and transgender awareness parades to show people that aren't social justice warriors, that aren't on the left, that there's actually gay people out there, which everybody in America knows there's gay people. Everybody in America knows there's transgender people. Everybody in America knows that there's feminists and this and that and this and that, and they're just doing it to fucking say that they're doing it. They're not bringing awareness to anything if there's already awareness to it. And that's what my brother said today. Not today. I was talking to him about this months ago, and he's like, "Well, we need to bring more awareness." I'm like, "Dude, we're already aware that there's gay people. Like,
Yeah, no, what they
what's the
need,
fun?"
is more like they need to focus, if anything, on the crime and be like, look, the hate crimes occur, or whatever, but don't
Well,
just
here's the
focus
thing:
on
when
the
it comes to
fact that
hate
it
crimes, it's
exists.
very hard. It's very, very hard to dictate something as a hate crime. What you're seeing nowadays is people are automatically putting stuff as hate crimes when they're not, because they get offended or they just don't agree with what you say. Like, that's the thing. It's very, very difficult to say something's a hate crime from a legal standpoint, from what I've learned in
Yeah,
my
but
criminal
no, like
justice.
I'm saying, there are valid concerns that should be addressed, but there's an overcorrecting now. There is a movement within the liberal side that is just going bonkers, and
That's
I don't
Antifa.
recognize it.
That's
You know,
Antifa.
I don't recognize it, and I understand why it exists, because sometimes you just do get angry. Like sometimes you're very like, fuck these motherfuckers. Like it seems like
What
they're
you're
trying to destroy shit. I
what you're
understand that. I
talking.
really do, but we have to be. You have to prove that you're better. Like you have to just use logic and reasoning. And to be honest, that's why I'm liberal, because I feel like it used to be that, you know, not Democrat. I was always an independent, but I lean liberal because I just want people. And I like financially, I'm conservative because I feel like we need to. I'm just independent. Like I'm just up for the best idea. That's my whole thing. Like if you're able to put facts in front of my face and fucking have like a background that says, look, this is what's happening. We have the data. We have all that shit. Then I'm fucking down. You know, like I really am. Like I really. I mean, I don't
Well,
care. You know, I really
the
don't.
movement you're talking about within the left is Antifa, which the left does not want to condemn because they're just as bad as the KKK neo-Nazis. They just don't believe in the racism stuff, which is always bad and what. But they're as just as violent as the right, alt right and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's
It's
literally like a civil war, man. Like they're
you're talking
literally
about
battling
Antifa.
it.
Yeah, they're very
Yeah.
bad. They have been
They're
called like.
battling them. That's what I was saying. I mean, yeah, they're bad, but they're also battling them. They're like
Yeah,
full blown
they're with
and
violence because they don't. If they don't agree with what you think, because they're a communist anarchist group that's in the left, but people don't want to recognize them as a problem because they're beating up the right. They're fighting people on the right. But yeah, that's what you're talking about. Antifa. They're the alt left. They're just not morally as bad, but they are as just as bad as the alt right. And that's what people don't understand and people don't want to say because they're like, well, they don't believe in racism and all this stuff. They don't believe. They're not. They don't. They care about the social aspects of society. You know, they believe in all that stuff. That's why they don't see it as a problem because that's the way the left's going. It's all social stuff, all social aspects. But what they don't understand is the left is anti-left is very, very violent, just as violent as the alt-right. And literally, like, they've been violent for years. This Charlottesville thing is really, I think, the first time in a long time where the alt-right has actually gotten pretty violent in a while.
yeah.
But the Antifa, they've been violent for over a year. They've been violent in Seattle, Sacramento, Berkeley. Uh, they're all the ones doing for all the college campus stuff, all the violent protesters. That's Antifa, but people don't want to recognize that. They don't want to say, "Yeah, you're right," but I don't know. That's what you're talking about. Is the inner conflict within the left. That is Antifa.
It's
And
horrible.
I know people like there's people where I'm from are in Antifa, and they defend them to the core. And I just want to be like, I don't say anything to them because I don't feel like arguing because it's a lost cause to argue with them. But I just want to be like, you're a communist anarchist group that shows fascist tendencies because you're trying to take away people's freedoms of like opinions, thoughts, and beliefs
Yeah, it's
and
funny, and
speech.
they're literally claiming to be
And,
anti-fascist,
yeah, but they're
like
very fascist.
literally.
They're a very fascist movement. It's very hypocritically funny. Like, and I just be like, you guys know that you guys are just being hypocritical. Like you're causing more harm than good. with how violent you guys have been. Like, it's not cool. You guys are not cool for saying that you're Antifa. First off, you're going out committing crimes, but you're too big of pussies to uncover your face with masks. Like, you guys wear masks because you know you're committing crime, but you don't want to pay for the crime you're committing because you think that's a good thing to do. Going up to someone and beating the shit out of them because they have a different opinion than you is fucking wrong.
Cowardice. At the very least, it's cowardice. At the very least.
If I'm just walking the streets, if I go to New York one day or some shit and there's a protest and I'm not even a part of it, and I'm walking through there and someone says, "Oh, are you liberal or conservative?" and I say conservative, they try to fucking attack me, I dare them. I've literally been I've been waiting for that day. I would want them to fucking attack me so I can fucking beat the fuck out of them. I will go to jail to prove my point on that. I don't care if you have a different opinion, but if you're trying to attack me and take away my freedoms because of the
proud to be a goddamn American right there. My name's MacDaddy. All right, tell you what, 110%. You come up with me, I'm gonna get your ass 100. Black, black. Don't play with me. Black, 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 black.
Yeah, like honestly, like I want. That's one thing. I know one of them. Like I graduated with one of them. I want to be like, Dan, you know, if you went to the actual one of these protests that you're so for, all these counter protests, and you try to do what they do, you'd get the shit. You'd get. Oh, he would get beat up so bad. He would get beat up so bad. I've known him. He can't harm a fly. Like, you know, none of his friends can that are in Antifa. Because I've known them too. Like, they just can't.
They're that pussy, huh?
Mhm.
They're that pussy. Damn it, Bobby. Well, you know what, man? Look, the whole point is that Mac has admitted that he's racist. And Destroy Mac. Guys, join my new group called Destroy Mac. We know what he is, we know what he isn't, and a good person he is not. We now know, you know, it's been...
I like that you're saying that.
It's beautiful.
Crazy enough to actually
fuck Mac, dude.
Even though
you're gonna have your own hate group, dude. You're gonna be like, no, guys, it wasn't serious. I love Antifa.
I hate Antifa.
You love Antifa. Smack, don't say that shit out loud.
I told my brother about Antifa like 2 weeks ago. He's like, I've never heard of them. They must be really new. I was like, no, Josh, have you not like watched the news?
Does your brother live with you, or is he separate?
He lives down in Morgantown because he goes to school down there.
No,
so
boy. Oh
boy.
Oh boy. Man.
He came here for a wedding. And that's the weekend of Charlottesville. And I was talking to him about it, and I brought up Antifa. He's like, no, they don't exist. They don't do this. They don't do all that. I'm like, Josh, yes, they fucking do. He's like, well, I never heard about them. You're making it up. I was like, no. I was like, it's been a thing for a while. And,
I hate uninformed people, you know? Like, I really feel like you're like me, and most people are like you and I, you know. There's very few people, and the whole Antifa alt-right makes up a very fringe group, you know. Like, it's fringe elements. Because, like, me and you are, like, just, like, people, I think you're more independent, you know. Like, I know you may lean more conservative, but you're more independent. Like, you're more of a fact thing. Like, if someone came out with facts about, like, a wage gap, you would be like, okay. Like, if there was solid evidence and shit like that, you'd be like, all right, well, clearly I was wrong, you know, now I believe in that. But see, that's the problem, is that there's a lack of that. A lot of people voted for Trump because they were just tired of the status quo. They were tired of the same old bullshit, and that's what's going on. I really feel like, you know, that's why people voted for him. And there was part of me that was like, dude, vote for him, you know, but I was like, no, I really felt like he was a con man. That's why I didn't vote for him, and I really didn't. I mean, I voted for Hillary, and I hated that motherfucker. Oh, I hated Hillary Clinton, but I voted for her just because it was like, you know, I was like, fuck it, dude. Like, you know, I really felt like that was the only option, you know, but God, it would have been horrible if she got elected, man. It would have been
worse than Trump. I don't care what anybody says. It would have been worse than Trump.
You really think it'd been that bad?
Oh, it would have been so bad. The fact that she's been running for president for 20 years.
She pretty much has, too.
Yeah, like, that shows you something. Like, come on.
She's too fake. Like, she's not a good actor. You know, she really is fake as hell. And you can
She's a con
tell
artist
it.
as well. She
Yeah.
actually, she funded,
Trump's just a
she
better
helped
one.
fund ISIS and shit. Did you know
Nuh-uh.
that?
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, her foundation like gave like Saudi Arabia and stuff, like nations where ISIS was, like they uh, gave them money and shit, like and everything like that. Yeah,
Oh,
the
damn,
Obama
man.
administration did it as well.
Well, that's insane.
And people were dumb enough to think, well, she's just. I believe that there's one day going to be a woman president. But I don't think there's something wrong with it. But that's what most people wanted her to win because, oh, we need to be really progressive. We need to give a woman, just because she's a woman, power
Yeah,
in the
that's
office.
stupid.
That's the dumbest way to for someone. That's so dumb. That was the dumbest thing ever. That's like the wrong mindset to have. Honestly.
That's the horrible mindset to have. What people need to realize is that MacDaddy is the best president.
I would make a
Mac,
good
I would
president
love to
though.
vote for you. Oh,
12
I would
years.
love to vote for you.
12 years. My slogan will be Mac Daddy cares, so Shannon knows it's me.
MacDaddy cares. Dude, I think I voted for you for like Department of Agriculture or something. Didn't I say that? Didn't I say I voted for you or something?
You wrote me down on a.
Yeah, like MacDaddy or
Did you?
something. Yeah, I'm pretty
That's
sure I
hilarious.
did. Like, I did because I didn't know who the fuck they were. So I just did like a protest vote. I was like,
I want my
fuck y'all.
boy Mac Daddy.
MacDaddy for
That's
president,
hilarious.
please. Please, Mac, be president.
Please let my buddy win.
Please let my buddy win. He needs to be president. He's gonna make America great again. Make it Mac again.
Make American Mac.
Make it
Yeah,
Mac
honestly.
again.
What? No, I don't know how true this is, but in 4 years, 4 years, 3 years actually. Think about it, because 2020. Ben Shapiro is running. I think he's going to run for president. And
Oh,
even
really?
even though he's conservative, if I were you guys, I would vote for him because he knows what the fuck he's talking about.
He does, but he needs to slow his
does.
roll. He needs to slow his fucking, like, talking. He
The way he
talks too
talks.
fast.
He can't.
But
He
at
does that
this,
all. He's done that all his life. He said it's just his family.
but yo, at the same time, it's like the alt-right will hate his ass.
Yeah,
You
he
know
was,
he's
he was
Jewish, dude. Like, he straight
Yeah,
up
he
wears
was
a
he
yarmulke and
was the
stuff.
#1 recipient of anti-Semitism. He got an award for it. He literally
Really?
has a trophy for the alt-right hating him so much.
They
Yeah.
actually hate him like that because he's a Jew?
Mm,
Fuck the alt-right. What a bunch of bitches.
yeah, they are a bunch of bitches. Hold on, I gotta go to the restroom. I'll be right back. I gotta be like 30 seconds.
Alright guys, well, you know, Mac's away from keyboard. I'll just talk about myself, I guess, you know. I'm going back to school, as y'all know, and I'm enjoying the hell out of it, man. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I've been enjoying it. I've been enjoying class, and I think this programming is gonna be good for me, you know. I'm taking programming. I think it'll be good, you know. I really do. And Mac is definitely not a communist, but he's definitely not Hitler either.
You know what I
So,
realized? Why I love doing these podcasts so much
but
is because I have no one to talk to about my opinions. Like I have so many
oh,
opinions and
Mac.
thoughts. Yeah, like this is where I could actually talk to you about them.
I
Yeah, I
know
don't.
you don't. You need people to talk to. Like everybody, even the most antisocial motherfucker, needs someone to talk to. We're just
Oh
not.
yeah.
We are physically and mentally meant to socialize. So it's
Yeah,
like
we have to.
depriving yourself of that is
You know
horrible.
what really
It's really
fucking
fucked
sucks
up.
right now? Like My Zoe, she's in Ireland, right? She's in fuck, what's it called? What part of Ireland? Dublin. She's in Dublin. She doesn't have any like good service over there, and her hotel doesn't have Wi-Fi. So I haven't talked to her in about 7 hours, and it sucks so bad. 'Cause I don't know what the fuck she's doing.
Y'all are still talking.
Yeah, like yesterday, she was at a bar, like a nightclub, and her friends left her there by herself. And like she didn't have that good of service, so she couldn't she couldn't respond to my texts or answer my calls. I was freaking the fuck. I wasn't freaking the fuck out, but I was just getting so mad. I was like, why are they so dumb enough to do this? Like, why are they leaving her there?
Yeah, I don't know, dude. I think if y'all really like have the feelings that y'all seem to have for each other, then I mean it seems like you'll be able to make it, you know.
Yeah, it's the only thing that I haven't really.
And she seems to really have feelings for you too, like you know, really like actually.
I like her and everything. I really like her and stuff. The only thing is I might have a job in Maryland coming up after I graduate because my uncle knows someone out there, so he might give me a job out there. But I don't know how that will go with me and her because.
How old is she?
She's gonna be 20 this year. She's still in college. And I wouldn't ask
Well,
her
here's
to do
the
that
thing,
there.
right? Here's the thing. Y'all fucking like fall in love hard enough. Worst comes to worst, ask her to marry you, right? Ask her to marry you. Go out there, and if it don't work out, it don't work out, man. You know. But
I'm not gonna ask her to marry me by December because we wouldn't even be dating for a year.
No, obviously, I'm saying like a long time. But yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Like, yeah, y'all are in like what? How long y'all been dating? What'd you say? 3 months?
3 or 4 months.
So y'all are in the honeymoon phase. Well, if she...
Not really.
Yeah. I mean, how do you think she really feels about you? Like, but I mean, this may be... do you think, like, has she told you, like, she loves you, or, like, she just really likes you, or... And she seemed to always really like you, you know?
Yeah, when we were at the wedding that we went to a few weeks ago, my friend was like, do you guys care about each other, like, a lot? And she was like, yeah, I really care about him. And I was like, yeah, I care about her and stuff, too. So I think she cares about me. She gives a fuck.
Well, either she's gonna come back here and just be like, Mac, this shit is real. And she's gonna be like, and you're gonna be like, oh, this shit's real for me too, though. And y'all are gonna like have like 10 kids.
We're not gonna have kids.
10 of them, dude. Everything you said no to has come to pass, so I'm probably jinxing your ass, dude. I'm probably jinxing you. I know, but everything I've said has pretty much come. I guarantee you, dude, you're gonna be like, oh, you never guess what happened. Fucking condom broke and Zoe's fucking knocked up, goddamn.
No, listen. Alright, so, I don't care.
She's on birth control. Yeah, we're still recording, but he can cut it out. He can cut it out.
No, it's fine. I don't care if he cuts this part out or not. But what happened, like, before she left on Thursday, like last Thursday, she was over here Tuesday, and we, you know,
banged it out.
You know, yeah. The condom broke in the middle of it.
Oh no!
I felt it though. I was like, oh shit. She's like, what? I was like, condom broke. She's like, oh okay. Well, take it out. Take it off and put a new one on. I was like, alright. So that's what I did. Scariest moment in my life.
Dude, for real. Like, can you imagine, like, how the terror that was in your heart?
Fuck.
No!
Yeah.
Your FBI job. It paused in your head.
That's out the window. I think after I get a job for like a few months and actually make a decent income and have a decent amount of money, and yeah, it's totally fine. I'll definitely try to have a kid with whoever I'm dating.
Oh God, yeah.
I want to, but not.
Yeah,
I mean, even if I had a decent job right now, if I have a kid, I want them to be able to be okay. Like, I don't want them to. I wouldn't have to worry about money. Like, you know,
Yeah, yeah,
I don't
yeah,
worry about
yeah.
money,
So
especially
you
with a kid.
actually felt that shit broke, dude? Like, how
Yeah.
did I've never had a condom break for me. So
Well,
like,
it
how did that
snapped.
happen?
Like, well, it started to come off a little bit. I was like, oh,
Like, what, on
okay,
the tip
whatever.
of
So
your
I like,
dick or something?
no, at the base. Like, it was starting to ride up. So I like put it back down, and probably like 5 minutes
Mm-hmm.
later, I just hear.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, shit.
Oh, damn! Did she hear it?
I was like, oh fuck.
Did she
Scary as
hear it?
baby. Yeah, she like did it. I was like, oh shit. She was like, what? I was like, oh, condom broke. And she goes, oh, I felt that. I was like, yeah. She's like, I don't understand how people can feel that. I was like, what? I was like, it's like okay.
That's crazy,
That's
dude.
scary as fuck. I was like, please God. Oh, because I
Thank
might
God
have
none
a
of that
kid
free
already.
comes in.
I might be a dad. I might have an illegitimate child.
Why? How do you think
Apparently,
so? What happened?
well, because my ex-girlfriend has a kid, right? And like everyone was like, "Oh, that baby really does look like you." Like I showed my grandpa, and he's like, "Yeah, that baby does look like you," but it looks more like my ex-girlfriend. I don't see it. I don't see how it looks like me. But
Well, how come?
yeah,
Wait, what happened? How old is she? Like your ex-girlfriend?
well, my ex-girlfriend's 21 or 22. She's 22, 21, 21 or
How old is
22.
that baby?
I was born in December, so I'm gonna say year old.
Wow. So,
I don't think it's mine though. I really don't think it's mine.
well, she would have told you, wouldn't she? Don't you think?
No, she wasn't. She's fucking crazy. She used to be. Let me just take you through a timeline of me and my ex-girlfriend because I will show how fucking crazy she is, and this is why I don't think she would tell me until she knows like I have a good job or some shit, or I graduate. So I met her at my senior prom, and we dated for about 2 months, 2 or 3 months, and then I went to Texas for a month to visit my dad. So she broke up with me, and I was like, oh man, this kind of sucks. So during that time, she was fucking other dudes while I was down there, saying that she really missed me, and like, can't wait for me to come home. So I come
Mhm.
home, and we date for another month, and I go to school, and everything is fine and cool and dandy, and then I was laying in my bed, and I accidentally liked some girl's Facebook post because I was trying to find friends as well. So it was this chick. It wasn't anything bad, and
So
she's
she's
like, "What the
that type
fuck?"
of crazy, huh?
Yeah, she's like, "What the fuck? I can't believe you do that." Blah blah blah. So I'm sorry. So we broke up, and we had like this homecoming thing like 2 months later, and she met me there, and stuff happened, and so whatever. Then she started dating this dude named Russell, which was my friend. Well, Chris Russell. He was my friend. Well, I knew of him. He was in my friend group, but I wasn't really friends with him. And she would literally manipulate me and him. She would go and tell me something about what he's done, and obviously she knew I still cared about her. So she would say, "Oh, he's doing this, blah blah blah." So I was like, "Well, you need to quit breaking up with, like, you need to, break up with him. He's not good for you, blah blah blah." Then she would go to him and twist it around and saying like, "Oh, he just was telling me this because he's obsessed with me." So we wanted to fight each other over this, right? So she's
Mhm.
that level of crazy. So then they break up, we get back together, and we were off and on for 2.5 years. Everything's cool, like we're trying this long distance shit out, but she's down in at the school she's going to, fucking getting pounded out by another dude telling me she loves me. So, and she doesn't see what's wrong with that, right? She doesn't see what's wrong with that, so she's like trying to manipulate her way to stay in my life just in case that doesn't work out.
Mm,
And
that
she
sucks.
go away, dog. I'm doing a podcast. I'm doing a
No,
podcast.
it's cool, dude. Dude, we're gonna end it anyways. It's good. You're good. Do what you gotta do to talk.
Podcast.
Podcast. Max Mom's in the podcast.
Shut up, DC.
Max Mom. Dude, now I can add Max Mom to the thing. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and stop it anyways.
People
The
listen to us.
podcast.
Let's get out.
Stop cussing. Guys, you heard it first. Holy shit. Alright guys, well that's it. Thanks for watching. Max out bitching at his mom, but it was nice. This is going to be a rough cut. We're going to throw it up on dimboys.podbean.com later. Link below. Be later on in the week, maybe next week. But thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it so much. Dim Boys out of the hizzle.
For more content, go to www.demboys.podbean.com.
For more podcasts every Friday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Your discretion is advised.